Good evening, everybody. David Paul here in the KHOU 11 Weather Center on a Tuesday where we set a record high. High temp went to 82, broke the old record of 80. We are in another one of these temperature roller coasters that we quite often get in Houston in wintertime. The unusually warm week continues for a couple of more days. We get rain on Friday. I don't think we're going to set a record high on Friday. It'll still be warm, but clouds will thicken and we're going to get a better chance for rain, maybe a thunderstorm on Friday as a cold front goes through Friday evening. This then opens the door to the cold air arriving Saturday morning. I think we get a north wind and temperatures are dropping through the 50s Saturday morning. They won't move much during the day and then colder in the 40s for Sunday morning, which means the marathon is great. If you're a runner, you want it cold. 44 at 6 a.m. This is Sunday morning for the marathon. 49 at 8 a.m., 52 by 10 a.m., 55 by noon. There could be a light north breeze, maybe 5 to 7 miles an hour. Not too big of a deal. But the other thing that helps the runners are cloudy skies. That sun's not beating down on you. You don't have to wear those sunglasses and run in the sun. It really makes a difference on the body. You can go faster when you don't have to cool yourself from direct sunshine. So everything is in place for personal best, maybe a record time for the Houston Chevron Marathon. So looking good for Sunday. High temp today went to 82. That came at 3:34 at Bush Sugar Continental Airport. That's our station of record. The record was 80 back in 1989. So in 1989, we had one of the coldest winters ever recorded for the Christmas times. Dropped down to 7 degrees at one point over Christmas 1989, and then 80 was the record high in 1989. Low 22 is the record set in 1972. It can be really anything this time of the year. I wanted to look at records across the board, and we broke a couple of them. So College Station stayed below the record of 82, but Bush 82, new record. Look at Hobby just coming in, 82, new record, beat the old record of 80 set back in 1956. Galveston 75 did not get to the record of 77 set on this day back in 2022. We're forecasting a record high tomorrow. 82 would beat the record of 81, which is in place for the moment. 80 on Thursday would beat the record of 79 if we get there. Friday 78, no record, but still unusually warm. The normal high temperature is 63. So we are way above, almost 20 degrees above normal today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Current temps across the United States. There's Houston still hanging on to 71. Chicago has had a warm up. They're at 40, which is a big deal getting above freezing because they've been so cold up here. Minneapolis 31. Let's see, New York's above freezing but cold 38. Boston is below freezing at 31. And Miami 73, Brownsville 76, the two warm spots on the map. So warm up is underway across the southern United States. Galveston. So we have the perfect conditions for really, really thick sea fog to develop and blanket the coastline and inland areas. Perfect conditions, except for one thing. There's a little bit too much of a southwest breeze, 8 to 12 miles an hour. That's mixing the atmosphere, and that's giving us this little bit of a foggy haze, but visibility still 7, 8, 9 miles at the surface. And I don't think you're going to get that blanket of thick fog like we had about a week, 10 days ago, but you will be hazy. And some of that haze is, you can see it above the surface here in downtown Houston right there, looking from the Galleria area. And those winds, as I mentioned, still 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 miles an hour out of the southwest. It's enough to mix the atmosphere and keep it from blanketing the thick fog. You need much more calmer conditions with light winds to get that fog to really get thick and just kind of sit on us. So the wind helping with visibility. Fog forecast model is still producing a foggy night. This is midnight, and a foggy morning. But I think a lot of this is going to be above ground level or it won't form nearly as much as the model is thinking because that wind is not going to completely let up. But the bottom line is there could be some patchy thick fog here and there tomorrow morning. If you're up early, be careful, especially around the Bay, Chambers County, Southeast Harris County, Ness, Clear Lake, San Leon, Dickinson, Lamarck, Texas City, Galveston could see some of the thicker fog. So could Anahuac, Mont Belvieu on the north side of the bay. That's a notoriously foggy spot in wintertime. Overnight lows, Bel Air 66. Acres Home wake up to 66. Galena Park wake up at 67. Some fog. So these morning lows in the mid and upper 60s are above our normal high temperature, which is 63. So we're above the high temperature even in the morning. Meyerland 66 in the morning, North Shore 67, Atascocita 66, Olcott 66, 60s across the board. That's tomorrow morning, a quiet morning, a comfortably cool morning, a little bit foggy. And then Wednesday, we're going to go to 79 by noon. All the fog that does form will be burned off before noon. Enough sun to get us to 83. If we get there, that'll be a new record. I am keeping track of the allergy picture. Again, it came in very low today, but the cedar pollen is at 8. There's a little bit in there. We are just on the edge or on the precipice of cedar season. As soon as the sun angle gets a little higher, the cedar trees in central Texas, North Texas are going to start to put out pollen. So if you're sensitive to cedar, and a lot of us are, I am too, that's the one we're keeping an eye on. Weeds low, molds low. Just kind of watching it. Across the nation, relatively quiet. This is current radar showing a mix of rain and sleet and snow showers from Green Bay, Wisconsin to the thumb of Michigan, Toronto, Buffalo, Lake Erie, getting rain on, and then it turns over to snow. A little bit higher elevations of upstate New York, New Hampshire, Vermont getting snow, a sprinkle across northern Pennsylvania. And then it appears to be even quieter out west, and it is. Yesterday, this storm system was bringing a lot of rain to San Francisco. This evening, it's sitting offshore, just sitting here, and it's not doing a whole lot. But that is the system that is going to come across the country, bring in Pacific moisture, and bring us rain, and then open the door to colder conditions. Now, as we look at the map for tomorrow, this is Wednesday's map, we get a little morning fog, and then more of that record warmth as we get a south breeze. That's the California storm we just looked at. It moves inland into the Baja, northern Mexico, southern Arizona. They get snow in the higher elevations in southern Arizona. They may see several inches of snow in Flagstaff out of that one on Wednesday. Put the model in motion. We stay warm, but that front gets closer Thursday. We may see a few showers, a few scattered light showers in Houston on Thursday. Don't cancel any plans Thursday, just a light shower here and there. But that front, once it comes through Friday, will open the door to colder air. You can see the snow in the Rockies coming in behind it as we go into Saturday. Now, first, let's look at rain before we look at temperatures. 30% chance for a scattered shower Thursday. This is Thursday. That begins our rain chance. And then it's a little higher on Friday as the front actually pushes in. But rain chances aren't over the top. We don't have any type of significant flood outlook. We don't have any severe weather outlook. Maybe a thunderstorm in our far northern counties. That's about it. And then the rain chances exit, but the colder air and cloudy conditions will stick around as we head into Saturday and Sunday. Now, let's look at the front approaching a little closer in. This is Thursday. High-res model giving us a little bit, this is a lower-res model. So that's giving us what looks like a lot of rain on Thursday. It isn't. A few little showers on Thursday, but the rain chance is there. It's a slight one. We go on to Friday, front pushes into north central Texas. That'll be the dividing line between warmer air, Houston 71, and a little rainy on Friday from the colder air. That's a cold rain in Amarillo on Friday, 39. And then that front pushes off the coast. This is before sunrise on Saturday. So wee hours, 4, 5, 6 a.m. Saturday morning, we're dropping into the 50s, and we won't get out of the 50s on Saturday, north wind. Dallas at 42 Saturday morning. Amarillo dropping down to 23. Some of the models take Amarillo down into the teens on Saturday morning. So it gets cold in North Texas. And for we here in Houston, temperatures, the high temperature forecast way above normal. 82 Wednesday, 80 Thursday, 78 Friday. Again, the normal high this time of the year, the average high is 63. So way above normal the rest of the work week. Front comes in Friday evening. And then temperatures on the high end are a little below normal. 58 Saturday, 62 Sunday, 58, 56 Monday, 59 on Tuesday. And then even though we warm, we stay very comfortable Wednesday and Thursday into next week. So here's your extended forecast then. Wednesday, 82, that'll be a new record. 80 would be another record on Thursday. 78, no record, but warm and a little better rain chance on Friday with the front approaching. It goes through overnight Friday. Colder by Saturday morning. So what we've done with Saturday is temps will drop overnight as the front goes through. We'll wake up to about 52, and then we'll struggle to get to 58 Saturday afternoon. Sunday is cloudy in the morning. It's 46 early in the morning. Maybe a little colder in some of the outskirts. But that's perfect for the marathon, and then maybe a peak of sun later in the day. High temp could rebound to 62. Monday, 42, 56. Little reinforcing shot of cool air comes in. 42, 59 on Tuesday. So we're going to get back to winter-like temperatures, normal winter-like stuff as we head into Saturday and beyond into the first half of next week. Good. It'll be nice to bring the sweaters and jackets back out for a little while. That's where we stand. Have a great evening, everybody.